Testing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Eat Sleep Fantasy Football Podcast. My name is Dale. Once again, going solo today. My partner in crime, Clayton, is unavailable again, but it's okay because I'm going to bring you the fire today. It's going to be a short one. I just wanted to, come into your podcast feed and say hello. I'm going to give you some news I think that you need to know. I'm also going to give you a couple starts and sits. This isn't going to be a long one. Maybe you can, do maybe a mile or two on the treadmill and have some fun and listen to me jabber on. It's very evident after my last solo podcast that I say a lot. I'm sorry, guys. I'd never noticed how much I say it. I'm going to try really hard not to say it. So if you hear long pauses, it's because I'm trying to figure out what to say instead of So, see, I just did it. I just took a deep breath and damn it. See, it's hard. It's very hard to not do that, to fill in the air, especially when you're solo. When you're solo, it's a little more difficult. And now you guys are going to be really annoyed because you're going to hear me pause a lot. It might be better than saying the word, though, pausing. So I'm going to try my best. If you guys followed me last, Jesus, I'm telling you guys, it's a lot harder than you think. So you guys heard me talk about Knife Fight a lot, Monkey Knife Fight. It's a, I might just stop recording here. Monkey Knife Fight is a great app because you can bet on players and player props and do parlays. If you followed my lock of the week, I submitted a lock of the week earlier, and it paid off. I started off with $25 in the beginning of the season. I'm up over 300. I'm not betting a lot. I'm betting like $5 and $10 a game sometimes. So if you guys want to join me on my locks of the week this week, I'll tell you who I bet on for the Thursday night game. You guys will be like, man, I should have done the lock of the week. I could have won money with Dale. So I'll tell you right now. I'm loading it up right now. I definitely went Joe Burrow over the yardage. I think Joe Burrow was at like 270, and I went over. I went under on Trevor Lawrence, was like 250. To me, that was a pretty easy bet. And trust me, it came down to the wire because if Trevor Lawrence got the ball back in the fourth quarter on Thursday, there's a very good chance he could have had that extra 40 yards. Let's see. So completed. You see, I'm showing it on YouTube. You can't really see it on YouTube. There's a bunch of green, and green means that I won. My best one, I got a 6 out of 6 parlay. I did Boyd with more than 64 reception yards, knowing that T. Higgins was out. I thought that was easy. Mixon, less than 85.5 rushing yards. He had 67. Marvin Jones, which I was a little nervous. DJ Chark got injured, and so that I thought that would hurt Jones, but actually it didn't. I mean, it hurt him. Jones was messed up somehow. I don't know. He only had 24 receiving yards. That's even after DJ Chark going out. Jamar Chase had 6 receptions. I just needed him to get 5.5, and I went with the over, so I lucked out there. A lot of this stuff is coin flips, but I think I'm giving pretty good advice week to week. Clayton is too. We get together and we do our locks of the week. So pay attention to what we're doing for our locks of the week. Before the end of this episode, I'm going to bet with you guys. I'll go over a couple bets that I really like. I really like the games that have a lot of offense. I feel like those are a little easier to predict. Last night, I think it was harder, but I still hit. So for all those that played along with me, you're swimming in cash. And those that didn't, you're like, man, I should have listened to him. So don't forget, use promo code HOTDOG when you are depositing money. You get a matching bonus up to $100, and you get to play with us. So it's fun, and they're a good partner of ours, and we want to keep being partners with them. I don't know. Anyways, so something I said the other day, I got a couple emails about donating. I know people are like, oh my gosh, you're talking about this again. I think it's great for anybody to donate to anything, anytime. I don't care if it's, I mean, good causes, obviously. Don't go, there's bad causes. I don't think you should donate to bad causes. If it's a good cause, donate and be happy about it. Put your name out or not. It doesn't matter. And truthfully, I don't really care. My whole conversation, if you missed a conversation yesterday that I had with myself, or yesterday, was why are you going to put your name? Why put your name on a donation? That's all. That's all I asked. I don't know, if you do that, if you put your name after you donate, I just wanted to know why. And a couple of people got upset and said, hey, at least I'm donating. And trust me, I donate a lot. I probably donate more than the average person. And that's just, I was just curious. Because I donate to some friends and family sometimes. I always put anonymous. If I didn't, I don't know. What are you expecting? A thank you card? No. If they're asking for help, they probably don't want to, to write thank you cards. Maybe they do. I don't know. I just put it out there. I thought it was a good conversation to have. Something to think about next time you donate. Why are you putting your name? Who is it benefiting? Is all I've asked. And I know people are going to write warning emails. Why did you say this? I'm going to give a bad review on iTunes. Sorry. All right. So let's start. I have some news for you, some stuff that you may not have known. Chase Claypool is ahead to the injury report now. I don't think it's anything really to worry about. It does say a hamstring issue. He wasn't on Wednesday's injury report, which was weird, but he was on Thursday's. So maybe something happened in practice. Obviously, something. I guess it's something new for him. So keep an eye on Chase Claypool. I don't think Juju Smith-Schuster will be playing. Deontay Johnson practiced full on Thursday, which is a good sign. So we think that he's going to play a full game on Sunday, and Chase Claypool, maybe not Juicer. So I would start Deontay Johnson with confidence. I'll get to my rankings in a second on that. Lamar Jackson, a little nervous for this right now. I mean, he's missed practice last week a little bit, but this week he missed 2 practices in a row, Wednesday and Thursday with the back injury. I don't know where this is going to go. Definitely keep an eye on that. I know this is a lot of keep an eye, but I just want you guys to maybe in your brain give a little asterisk. Hey, this is a little nervous. Maybe find a streamer. I talked to streamers yesterday, so pick up one of those guys, Derek Carr, Teddy Bridgewater, one of those, just in case Lamar Jackson doesn't go. Keep an eye out. Josh Jacobs is back at practice. There's a very good chance he plays on Sunday. Julio Jones, so Julio Jones, AJ Brown stuff. This is pretty interesting. Julio Jones missed practice. He's a little bit closer, they say he's a little bit closer to go than AJ Brown. If AJ Brown doesn't go, Julio Jones jumps in the rings big time. AJ Brown doesn't look like, at least from what I'm reading online, and my sources are just the same websites that you guys go to. AJ Brown may not play. Doesn't really look like he's going to. He missed practice all week so far, and so did Julio, but Julio maybe is a little closer. Both dealing with hamstring injuries. These hamstring injuries suck. They can linger. They can be good to go and then re-aggravate them. So be careful with that. AJ Brown, Julio Jones. If AJ Brown is out, I'm bumping up Julio Jones a lot. A solid wide receiver too. Very solid. AJ Brown. We'll see. Just keep an eye out for that duo to see what happens. Will Fuller is back at practice. I'm not expecting a lot of them. He didn't do a lot last week in week 3, although he did see 6 targets. He did see 6 targets, so that's not horrible, but I don't think he's anything close to what we want him to be. He's not startable in any league, I don't think. Rob Gronkowski missed practice, but he should be good to go. He did miss 2 practices in a row, but it looks like people are optimistic that he's going to play. Even if he doesn't practice, he knows what he's doing. Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. It will be nice to see them back in New England. Let's see what happens there. I have a big game. I think my Monkey Knife Fight bet is going to involve that Patriots Tampa Bay game. I'll get more on that. DeAndre Hopkins returned to practice. So what does that mean? It means I'm still not super confident. He missed some practice this week, and now he returns to practice. Look, last week we saw what he could do, basically a decoy. If you have him, I guess you're going to have to start him, right? I think I might sit him. Is that bad? Is that I think I might sit him. I'll go through my rankings with you guys in a minute and go through my sits and starts, but I think I'm looking at the other wide receivers, and it's so hard to sit DeAndre Hopkins. And if he's healthy, he's golden. But man, if he's not and he's another decoy, he can lose your week. I know some of you guys probably lost your weeks last week because of him, so be careful. Antonio Brown, I don't know if I said this the other day or not, but he's activated for the reserve COVID list. So Antonio Brown should be good to go against his former team, the New England Patriots. And the last one, Gerald Everett. If you guys are streaming tight ends or whatever, Gerald Everett was on the COVID-19 reserve list, and he probably will miss week 4. Maybe we'll see. If so, Will Dissly will get the start, and I'm not starting him anyway, so it doesn't really matter. All right, let's get to. I kind of want to do a couple things, but I'm going to make that short and sweet. I want to talk comedy a little bit. I love stand-up comedy. If you guys are watching or listening, if you guys are watching, I'm on YouTube, by the way. Just search Eat Sleep Fantasy and subscribe, and click the notification bell if you're on YouTube. If not, whatever. Yeah, I appreciate you downloading and listening to this. I kind of want to talk a little bit about comedians. I want to give you some people that maybe you're not watching. If you're not watching stand-up's, I think, at an all-time high right now. The amount of content that a lot of these comedians are putting out, it's awesome. Way back in the day, we used to just wait for, the special to come out. If you're old like me, waiting for the HBO specials and the Comedy Central, what are they called? The Comedy Central Blend or something, right? It was something like that on Comedy Central, the half-hour specials. Like, you had to wait for those if you really liked a comedian. And now you could just, listen to their podcasts every day and hear new content basically every 24 hours from your favorite comedian, which is crazy. I won't get into that now, though. I enjoy talking comedy. So maybe if you guys are on the Facebook group, I'd love to hear some comedians that you guys are listening to and watching, because I'm always looking for new stuff too. All right, let's get into some starts and sits. Some of the guys, look, I'm not going to go through the obvious guys, right? We know, you should have started Joe Mixon, even though he didn't do great. He was a, star. He wasn't a sit. I'm going to go through some borderline guys. I'm telling you not to start Cordell Patterson. Okay. I get it. Look, they're playing Washington. Washington hasn't been great against the run. They should be. They haven't been great, though, against the run. Atlanta, I just don't believe in Cordell Patterson to be, and maybe I'll get hammered for this. I don't think Cordell Patterson is going to be the guy to start week to week. Right now, a lot of sites have Cordell Patterson ranked above Mike Davis. I don't believe that. I think Mike Davis should be ranked ahead of Cordell Patterson. I am starting Zach Moss this week as a running back too. That might be bold, but I'm excited about Zach Moss against Houston. Javonte Williams as a flex play is great. I'm starting him. I'm not starting him over Melvin Gordon. I think Melvin Gordon is an RB2 this week. They're playing Baltimore. Again, Baltimore is one of those teams that you think should be better against the run, but they haven't been so far. So I'm starting Melvin Gordon as a running back too with confidence. Javonte Williams, if you need him as a flex player, do it. But I'm sitting him as an RB2. Darrell Henderson is a good start this week for me. And Jamal Williams, what are you doing with him? Right? Because earlier the reports were DeAndre Swift was going to get a little bit more work. They're a little more confident in DeAndre Swift. What does that mean for Jamal Williams? I think Jamal Williams is still going to get the ball. They are playing Chicago, which is a little bit stouter defense. But again, a flex play, I would say Jamal Williams is a start as a flex. I wouldn't go into a lot of confidence as an RB2, but if you need him, like if you had Christian McCaffrey and you didn't get Hubbard, I think he could be a good start for you this week. I'm not touching Tyson Williams. Definitely not against Denver for sure. And I'm definitely not. A definite sit is Damian Harris. One of my leagues, I picked up Chuba Hubbard just because I have Damien Harris against Tampa Bay this week. That's how bad I don't like Damien Harris. So Damien Harris is a sit. Josh Jacobs, I think you can start him as a solid flex play again. Let's see. I'm trying to think of some guys that you may have some questions on. Look, Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissic thing is weird. Antonio Gibson hasn't performed like we wanted, but J.D. McKissic, both of the Washington running backs are playing Atlanta. Good matchups. I have him ranked. Where is he? I had him somewhere. J.D. McKissic. Yeah, okay. I have him at 39, which not really even a flex play. But then I have Gibson at, where's Gibson? Gibson. I don't remember where I even have him. Maybe he's closer to 39 than I thought. I don't even see him on here. Oh, yeah, there he goes. Okay. Yeah, he's RB2 this week. I think he'll be continuing to be in this RB2 category until he shows us otherwise. So that's where my running backs are. Let's get to some wide receivers here, shall we? Some of my wide receivers. Guys, look, you're not going to sit Tyreek Hill. He has a tough matchup. Philadelphia Eagles have been playing very well against the pass, but I'm still, obviously. Jamar Chase was one of my starts. He did very well against Jacksonville. I like that. Some of the borderline guys, I'm not going to go through the guys again. Brandon Cooks is a sit for me playing Buffalo. Odell Beckham Jr., you're going to kind of have to start him, I think, as a wide receiver too, or flex play. You're starting Odell Beckham Jr. if you have him, I think. I think you're starting Odell Beckham Jr. over Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown's going to have a tough time this week, so I'm sitting Marquise Brown. If A.J. Brown is in and Julio Jones is in, I'm not sure I'm starting Julio Jones. If A.J. Brown is out, I'm starting Julio Jones as a wide receiver too. Just FYI. Deontay Johnson, I am playing and I'm loving as a as a guy you draft him as. So start Deontay Johnson. If he plays, I would start him with confidence. Some of the guys I don't like, I don't like any of the Miami pass catchers. Jalen Waddle is not startable for me. What do you do with Tim Patrick? I know a lot of you guys got him on the waivers. I don't think you're starting him yet. Unless you're really in a pinch. Let's go. So I did wide receivers. I did running backs. I'll do a tight end. I'll give you guys maybe some defenses to pick up too. I know I kind of went over some streaming defenses, but I'll go through some for you. Tyler Higbee playing Arizona. Look, if you have other options, most of the time, we don't do a lot of sits and starts with tight ends because a lot of people don't have even two tight ends or they're streaming. So if you don't have to start Tyler Higbee, I would start Robert Tonyan and Dawson Knox over Tyler Higbee this week. Yep, you heard it. I'm still rolling with Kyle Pitts, especially this week against Washington. Let's see. Dallas Goedert against Kansas City. I'm playing. I think I'd play Dallas Goedert over Tyler Higbee. As crazy as that sounds, I might do that. I like Tyler Conklin, although it's not a perfect matchup for him against Cleveland. Conklin, look, let's see if we have lightning in a bottle here with him and see if he can continue doing what he did last week. Austin Hooper is a good streamer as well, playing Minnesota. So we'll see where that goes. That's pretty much it. Quarterbacks. Let's go to quarterbacks. I know I'm kind of going through this. I hope you guys, I don't know if people like this, just going through the list. I mean, I'm not giving a ton of analysis. I'm just basically going through my rankings and see what I think based off their matchups, sits or start. So I don't know. That's just what I'm doing today. You guys just have to deal with it. Some of the guys that I'm a little nervous about, obviously Lamar Jackson, Derek Carr, I'd say, even though it's not a good matchup at all, Derek Carr has just been playing so well, putting up really good, at least yardage, passing yards. So Derek Carr is good. Sam Darnold, Tyler Heineke. I'm kind of going over the same streams that JJ Gosh mentioned. I think those are good, nice streaming options if you guys are really stuck, but you should be okay. Jalen Hurts, I think, is going to have a good week. You start him. I know some people are a little nervous. Look, Jalen Hurts is as bad as he played, he still puts up great fantasy numbers. He rushes. He kind of what Lamar Jackson was doing earlier. Whatever he was short with passing, he's rushing for 50 yards and getting you that extra, basically an extra touchdown's worth of points. So I think you keep starting Jalen Hurts. Tom Brady, obviously, I think Tom Brady's going to be a top 3 quarterback this week. I really, really, really think that. I think he plays. Look, out of all the football players that I know, Tom Brady is the one that's like, okay, he's spiteful, and he's going to ignore anything that's not going to be a big fuck you to Bill Belichick. I just have a feeling. I don't know what the whole story is. I don't know if anybody really knows the full story between them two, but I'm telling you, he's going to want to say, hey, he's better than Bill Belichick, because that's a narrative that's going to, be around for a while. So Tom Brady for sure. I think a top 3. So you say, top 3. Who are you kicking out? I'm kicking out Patrick Mahomes. I think I have Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, and Tom Brady. 1, 2, 3. Call me crazy. Go for it. Mac Jones. Pass. That's a good game. I could do smash or pass with quarterbacks. No, games are not as fun when you're by yourself. I'll tell you that right now. Because trust me, if I would have said this and Clayton was on, bam, we would have been playing games right now. But not now. And that's basically my starts and sits. Do you want to hear defenses? I'll give you a couple defenses that maybe aren't owned. Man, it's so weird still to see football team as their team name. It's so strange. I'm okay. The 49ers I have in a lot of leagues. I'm really nervous to play them this week against Seattle, but I do think the 49ers beat Seattle. Yeah. I don't know. I hate trying to predict defenses, guys. I really do, because I don't want you guys to hang on what I'm saying, because I'm not really confident with the guys like those streaming options. I mean, the Broncos against Baltimore. Look, if Lamar Jackson doesn't play, the Broncos are a top 12 defense. I mean, Colts are going to be good against Miami this week. The Bears, I think, are going to play decent against Detroit, but those guys are already rostered. I'm not going to bullshit you. Look, just pick a fucking team on defense. Like if you don't have one of those top defenses, it's a crapshoot anyways, right? Look up rankings. The Chiefs against Philadelphia, Colts at Miami, Washington at Atlanta. I think those are all pretty solid starts, but I don't know. All right, I'm going to leave you guys with some bets. Let's see. I'm going to leave you guys with some bets. Should I do a lock of the week? I'm going to do a lock of the week. I'm going to do it right here. I'm going to do it right here on the podcast. I'm going to this Sunday night game. Are you ready for some football? Tampa Bay and New England. I'm telling you right now. Okay. The first thing, I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do this one here. This is a tough one. Never mind. I'm not going to do that. Fuck that. See, so when you're going through Monkey Knife Fight, there are a ton of different bets that you can go through, and some of them are good, some of them aren't. Oh, here he goes. This is my lock of the week. You guys ready? This is easy. I'm going to do it right here on there. So if you're on YouTube, you can see me doing it right here. Tom Brady, more than 315 yards. Mac Jones, less than 265. Look, I'm going to go straight back to my rankings here. So Mac Jones, 265. You can look at my rankings and say, oh, where do you have Mac Jones in your rankings? I have him listed outside the top 24. It's a decent matchup. I get it. But I don't think he's going to score very much. And they are going to be down, which is going to make him pass. But I don't think he's good enough to even rack up points passing. At least not right now. I don't think. Not against Tampa Bay. So I'm going to go Mac Jones less than 265. 265 is a good amount of yardage for this. I don't think he's going to hit it. And then Chris Godwin, more or less than 70.5. I'm going to go more. I'm going to go more because I think Tom Brady's going to. I think Tom Brady's going to throw for 350 plus. And if he does that, Chris Godwin could easily get 70.5 yards. So that is my lock of the week. Look, I did so well on Thursday Night Football. I'm going to go crazy on this. I'm going to put a little bit more money than I have been. So Tom Brady more than 315, Mac Jones at 265.5. I'm going to screenshot it just so I can put it in the Eat Nation private group and everybody can do it. Look, if you don't do it now, I'm telling you, last time I did the lock of the week in a couple hours, they recycled it and changed the betting up. Maybe, I don't know if if they get too much bets on one thing, they start switching it up. So I highly suggest Tom Brady more than 315, Mac Jones less than 265.5, and Chris Godwin more than 70.5. I'm excited about that. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. $10 wins 50, 20 wins $100. I've been playing like $5 and $10. I do a lot of $2 bets too. I just do this for fun. I'm not trying to make a living out of this, and it does make it a little bit more fun. Trust me, I would never have watched the Jacksonville Jaguars and Cincinnati Bengals on a Thursday night, and I was super stoked to watch it last night. And for me, that's what makes it fun. That's what makes fantasy football makes football fun for me too. So I'm just putting $10 on to win 50, and I'm going to be really happy. I'm going to screenshot that. There you go. So that's my luck of the week. Listen, I'm not telling you to follow exactly what I said. All I'm saying is I've been hot. Look, I fucked up on the Packers game for sure. A couple weeks ago, I bombed that because Aaron Rodgers did not throw for three. It was like 310 or something. He didn't do it. I thought for sure it was a lock that he would. He didn't. So that sucks for me. And you, if you bet with me. But I've been, besides that, me and Clayton have been fire. So make sure you guys, root with me, have fun. Let's get together and talk some bets. I'll probably bet more on this game, but I think that's a good one that I'm excited about. All right, guys, man, this was a good podcast. Look, I don't think I said a lot. Oh, here you go. Look, this is me last podcast.
Make him go,
That is so fitting for, I should have been playing this audio all along. That's so fitting. Every time I say, I should be punished with you guys hearing the sound. And then it would probably train me to not say it anymore. I think I did better. I think I did better this week than I did today than I did last time. You guys should be proud of me. I'm growing right in front of your eyes. I'm growing to be a better podcaster for you. All right. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sticking with us. I love every one of you that are listening. I appreciate you. This is a fun hobby for us, and having listeners that are engaged and that, maybe this is helping you pass the day. I appreciate it. It's awesome for me. So thank you. Thanks again. Again, Monkey Knife Fight promo code hot dog. Oh, look, I could do something cool. If you're watching on YouTube, watch, I'm going to do something kind of cool. Bam. I put a little banner down. See, it says right there, it says, use Monkey Knife Fight with me. Promo code hot dog to get a matching bonus. So if you don't like to listen, at least now you can read how to do it. Trust me, I'm going to put all kinds of fun stuff in this banner thing that I just figured out, because you can also make it a ticker so it scrolls down the bottom. Anyways, thanks guys. Thanks for listening. I appreciate you. I love you. Clayton, I hope to see him soon. I think he was thinking about joining another podcast, but he's just going to come back home to me. I don't know where he's at. I do have shirts and stuff to send to a couple people. I'm sorry. I will get to that. I promise. Love you guys. Talk to you later.